welcome back to a bonus day of Vlogtober. Yes, I know it is November and Vlogtober is officially over. However, I wanted to make one last video just recapping my experience of making Vlogtober for the first time, and just, how wonderful it was. And also, I wanted to take this time to update you all on a few projects that I was working on last week. And so, of course, after today's video, we won't hear anything more about Vlogtober on this channel until next year, because I definitely want to do it again. Anyway, let's talk about what I'm wearing. So I am wearing the Novice Cardigan Chunky. It's designed by Petite Knit. So I'm wearing this because it's quite chilly today, which I love, and I like to be wrapped up in coziness. But to tell you the honest truth, I do not like this cardigan. I don't know, maybe because it's a yoke and not a raglan, it fits really weird in the shoulder up here. It sits really, really weird. Yeah, also, I don't like the yarn. The yarn is Musselburgh Chunky, and this is the marine colorway. Now, the actual color is beautiful. I love it. It's like this really nice tonal blue. But, yeah, I'm not a fan of the yarn. It's definitely it's kind of lost not its shine, but it's gotten kind of like dull. The color has gotten kind of dull, and I've only worn this. Actually, I've never worn this out the house. I've probably worn this a couple of times in a video, and even though I haven't been wearing it, it's still pilling all crazy. Look, I don't know if you all saw that, but I went like this and fluff just went everywhere. Like, I don't know if I want to say it's pilling or it's shedding, but it's like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, it has like an unintended halo. And another thing too is, when I look down at my bottom ribbing, it almost looks like it's felted. And it hasn't. I've never put this, like, I haven't applied any heat to it. Like I said, this is probably my second time ever even wearing it. And it looks like I've had it for 20 years. So, yeah. Also, like, the ease in this pattern was crazy. It was like 10 inches or something like that. So it is totally oversized. Oh my gosh, more fluff. More fluff. But it's so big and oversized. And overall, I think the pattern would be great for a beginner, or even just an experienced knitter who just wants to do something, nice and simple. But I don't know. I'm having a hard time recommending the pattern, but if you're making your first cardigan, fantastic. And another thing is, I've seen other people make this cardigan and they love it. It's fantastic. They love it. So if you want to try it, go ahead. I will link it in the description box below. But for me, no. However, I do like the buttons. Love these buttons. And to tell you the truth, like, I actually ended up frogging this probably like twice when I made it. And let me tell you, this yarn was not cheap. I mean, no, scratch that. Okay. The yarn was only like $13 per skein, which is not expensive. Like, so the yarn itself is not expensive. However, I bought so many skeins of this only for it to be too big. I mean, if I had have like gotten the amount of yarn that I actually would have needed, I could have gotten away with like 2 less skeins of yarn. But I've bought like 10 skeins of yarn. And so when you add that up, yeah, this is an expensive cardigan. And you know what? I don't care how much it peels. I don't care how much the color fades. I'm wearing it. I'm going to get my money out of this cardigan. Anyway, I didn't even mean to go on a rant, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is what I've learned from Vlogtober. And thank you all so much for watching my Vlogtober videos over the last month. If you haven't watched them, please feel free to go back and watch them. You don't have to watch them in order, but I would really appreciate it if you all were to go and, you know, show some love to those videos because they were a lot of fun to make. Okay, so I do have notes. I have a little bit of a list that I made. And so while I'm working on that, or while I'm, you know, telling you all what I've learned from Vlogtober, I am going to work on my classic tank top. And this is designed by Knit Crow Addict. I think I got it right that time. And so, yeah. So far, I have done the front and back panels. And I know this looks really weird. Like it doesn't make any sense. But I have finished the front and, let's see, the front, or the upper rather, front and back. Here's that. And it's a beautiful color. This yarn is Drops Extra Fine Merino in the colorway Mustard. It's a DK weight yarn, and it's super squishy. It's really, really nice yarn. I'm enjoying it. I'm not crazy about the twist in the yarn, but other than that, I'm really enjoying it. And I forget what this seam was called, but I had to seam this sleeve here at the top. That took me a few tries, but I got it. I finally got it. And so, yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I didn't have to seam it. I had to pick up stitches. That's what it was. So I had to pick up stitches to join the front and the back. And so, yeah, I've picked up stitches before, but I feel like I was picking them up wrong, because when I was picking up stitches, I only was picking up like the front loop instead of going under the front loop and actually like picking up the stitch. Like basically like you're picking up the stitches in between the V-stitch. I know it's a lot. But anyway, yes, this is where I'm at. And so because I've joined the front to the back, now I am on the body, and I'm just going to be going around and around. The only thing about this pattern is that I wish, like, and this is a free pattern unless you want to buy the PDF. So the instructions tell you, like, for the body, you're gonna knit, I think it's like row 3 through, I'm making this number up, but I think it's like row 3 through 86 or whatever. And instead of like just giving you amount of inches, like instead of saying, okay, knit in the round for the next 15 inches. It doesn't say that. It says knit in the round for the next 60 rows. And so because of that, now I have to count my rows instead of just being able to like put my stitch marker and then knit, and then just measure it along the way. So yeah, that's really the only thing I would change about this pattern so far. I have not tried it on yet, because I think what I want to do is I want to knit, I would say at least 3 inches under the underarm before I try it on. But I did try it on before I connected the front and the back, and it seems like it's going to be just fine. But yeah, so I will link this pattern and all the patterns in the description box below. And I just remembered that my yarn bowl is on this side. It's weird. When I'm knitting, I prefer my yarn bowl to be on the right of me. But if I'm crocheting, I prefer my yarn bowl to be on the left. So you might see me yank some yarn across because my yarn bowl is on the opposite side. Okay, so I've learned a lot of things in doing Vlogtober. I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about you all, and yeah. So the first thing is that my life isn't as boring as I think it is. Making these videos or making those vlogs, I was like, you know what? My life's not too boring. One thing that stopped me from vlogging is, well, there's actually 2 things. So 2 things that have stopped me from vlogging is, 1, I don't think I'm any good at it. I really, like, prior to Vlogtober, I just didn't think I was a good vlogger. I do watch other channels where whether they're yarn related or not, they vlog, and their vlogs are so cool and so nice, and the transitions are nice and everything. And I've just never really thought that I was good at vlogging. The second thing is, I thought that my life was too boring to vlog. I was like, nobody is going to be interested in my life. No one's going to want to hear anything about what I'm doing other than knitting or crocheting or crafting. And I was wrong. I was so wrong. And I know I was wrong because I read you all's comments, and, you all kept me going every day because it was fun for like the first week. And then, like, by the second week, filming every day, editing every day, I was like, oh boy, I can do this. I can do this. And just when I thought I was getting, tired or overwhelmed, you all made some wonderful comments. And especially like on days when I'm not really feeling the best and I don't really feel like filming, I just think like, well, I should go ahead and film. They're probably looking for a new video for the day. So yes, that was wonderful. Another thing that I thought was really cool about Vlogtober is that I posted 20 videos in 1 month. I didn't think that was possible. And it would have been, I think, 24 or 23 videos if I hadn't have gotten sick. But trust me, you all would not have wanted to see me sick. It was not a good sight. So I'm really proud of myself just for committing to it and doing it every day that I could. And another thing is, I'm glad that I took the weekends off. So I posted Monday through Friday, and then I took the weekends off. No editing, no nothing. And I'm really glad because I didn't want to get overwhelmed by this experience. And also, I just wanted to enjoy it, which I did. So yeah. Okay. Also learned that the camera on my phone is not too bad. I have been inspired to get a vlogging camera in the future, just something that's a little bit smaller than the camera that I'm using right now. But, one thing about YouTube is that you don't have to have some fancy camera to have a channel. You can just use your phone. And, my phone, it does all right. I was kind of worried because, there's just some places I don't want to take like my big camera, and it was more convenient to use my phone. And I forget which day of Vlogtober it was, but I was telling you all about when I went to the nursery and I had my big camera with me, and, like the people there like kept following me. And I feel like if I had have used my phone to record instead, then maybe I would have been a little bit more inconspicuous and maybe I wouldn't have drawn so much attention. I don't know. I mean, I didn't have any problems anywhere else, but yeah, there are definitely advantages to using your phone when vlogging. But I would like to get a vlogging camera that, of course, will be, kind of like pocket size, something that will, fit in my purse. So, or either maybe even like in my pocket, because a lot of the dresses that I wear have pockets. So if you all know any good vlogging cameras, let me know. My preferred camera is a Canon, but I will definitely look into other cameras as well. Yeah, because I would definitely like to, vlog. Okay, what else? Oh, yes. As I mentioned before, this has inspired me, or you all have inspired me, to want to vlog for a month again. And so there's so many of these that people do on YouTube. There's Vlogmas, yes. So people do Vlogmas in December, and they do Vlogtober in October. And one that was new to me this year was Vlogmas, which is when you vlog for the entire month in August. Vlogmas. Like, I was like, that's so cool. That's really neat. And yeah, you kind of get to see what people are doing like during the summer and stuff like that. So yeah, it's It's really cool. And I think, if any of you all out there are, like if you have your own YouTube channel, that could be fun. And it doesn't have to be every week. It could be like, or every day rather. It could be like every week or something like that. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, and the last thing, be prepared for unexpected things like getting rained out or getting sick. Yes, there were a lot more activities, like local activities, that I wanted to show you all. But look, this North Carolina weather is unpredictable. And, it could be 82 one day and 52 the next day. So, a couple of events that I wanted to take you all, a few festivals and stuff like that, they got rained out and they got canceled. So I wasn't able to take you all along with me on those. But hopefully next year, yes, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because I definitely want to vlog more now that I've learned a lot more. But anyway, yeah, so yeah. Definitely want to keep doing it and keep learning and all of that stuff. So, for those of you all who have watched my Vlogtober videos, I cannot talk. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just excited. But for those of you who have watched my Vlogtober videos, let me know what was your favorite day. Mine would have to be the day at sea. Like, knitting and crocheting on a large boat was so fun. Hanging out with the yarn husband, watching dolphins. We were supposed to have seen dolphins and wild horses that day, but the wild horses were a bit shy, so we didn't see them. But we do have plans to go back. Hopefully next spring we'll go back and try to see the wild horses. But for those of you who may not be familiar with North Carolina beaches, or like on the eastern coast, we have wild horses in Corolla County. And some of you all who may be familiar with like the Outer Banks and stuff like that, you may be familiar. But we do have wild horses here in North Carolina, and nobody bothers them. They just live their life. They walk on the beach. They have their family and their ponies, and it's just beautiful. It really, really is. So, yeah. If you ever come to North Carolina to hang out at the beach, definitely check out the wild horses. They are fantastic. So hopefully next year we'll be able to see some, and perhaps I can show you all my journey. Maybe I'll vlog that day as well. Okay, so yes, those are the things that I've learned from Vlogtober. Okay, this is so hard to put down. Like, y'all, I have gotten into a rhythm. I really have. I have just gotten into a rhythm of working on this. But I want to show you all some more projects. So I do need to put this down. So I'm going to put my needle stoppers on here because I'm notorious for losing stitches. I don't know why. I have no idea why I lose stitches like I do. Yeah. Okay. So I want to talk about my Musselburgh hat. And I have a bunch of project bags over here. Okay, this is right. Okay, here's the yarn. Glorious. So, I'm not sure when my Musselburgh hat was the last time I showed you all, but I think I was finishing up on the DPN increases. Well, now I have finished the increases and I have ditched the DPNs, and we are now using a circular needle. So, this is what we have so far. It's actually starting to look like a hat because I have to admit, I was worried there for a second. It really wasn't looking like much of a hat, but this is what we have so far. I can't wait to be finished. This is going to be so pretty. But I have a long ways to go, y'all, because I'm using fingering weight yarn. And this yarn was dyed by Misfit Yarn on her fingering base zebra. I think it's called zebra sock, but this is 100% superwash merino wool. So yeah, and the colorway is called Violet Sky. But this hat Y'all, my ball of yarn just fell. And when it fell, it hit the light switch. And now I'm in the dark. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is vlogging for you. This is real life. Okay. Well, all right. Let me fix it. That ball of yarn has just kept going and going and going. So maybe I can turn my light back on. I don't remember what exactly was the last thing I was talking to you all about. But here is my beautiful Musselburgh hat. And I love the crown. The crown is absolutely amazing. It's so fun. And I love the fact that now that I have taken it off the DP ends, I can really see the beauty of the hat. Yay! It's fantastic. And I am using US 3, which is a 3.25 millimeter. Let's see if I got that right. Yes, I did. So yeah, I have a very small gauge, but it's fun. And this is going to be a project that's going to take a while. I do not expect to finish this hat anytime soon. I might not even finish it this year. It might be next year. Who knows? Let me show you all. Yeah, I have one more whip that I want to share with you all. Okay, my table is starting to like get crazy over here. So this actually, it's kind of a whip. I'm going to count it as one, but technically I haven't started. So the project is the Cumberland Tank. So this is a crochet tank top that is designed by Alexander Tavel of Two of Wands. I remembered this time. So I have been talking about making this tank top forever, and it is finally time. If you all remember from my Vlogtober, I forget which day it was, I took you all along with me to Joann's, and I got this beautiful yarn. And I think you can see it even better now, because I was recording on my phone that day, but it was super cloudy. Yeah, it was really not like the best lighting. So here's the yarn. This yarn is Big Twist. Big Twist. You know what? I'm just going to get a skein. Let's see if I can grab a skein. Aha. That's why it's good to have your yarn near you. All right. So this is Big Twist Value. It's 100% acrylic. Each skein is 380 yards, 6 ounces. That's 347 meters, 170 grams. And so this is color Rust. So I have used Big Twist before, and I'm wondering if Big Twist has gotten softer, because I don't remember it being this soft when I first used it. Of course, it was a different colorway, so sometimes that does, you know, like have a factor in the softness of a yarn. But this is so soft and so squishy. Like, it is wonderful. So this is what I'm using. I got 4 skeins of this, and I made sure that my dye lots were the same because I don't want any problems. But even still, like, even if your dye lots are the same, you might even have that one skein that just decided to go rogue in the dye pot and just decided to be different. It happens. It's fine. But anyway, so I haven't started on this yet. However, I swatched because I'm one of those people that's like, I know crochet. I'm confident in crochet. I don't need to swatch. But in reality, I do need to swatch because I am a loose crocheter. And gauge swatches have determined that. For example, so the pattern calls for a J hook for the body and then an I hook for the ribbon around the sleeves and the neck. So I did 3 different gauge swatches, and yeah, by the time I finished my gauge swatches, I got gauged with a H hook. So I went from a J to an I to an H hook, and that's how I got gauged. So the H hook is a US 8, and that's a 5 millimeter crochet hook. And so for the armholes and the neckline, I'm going to be using a G hook, which is a US 6, and I'm going to be using a 4 millimeter. Some G hooks is a 425, a 4.25 millimeter, but mine is a 4. I have no idea why there's 2 different sizes for a G hook. If you know, let me know, because I have no idea. Okay, I am running out of space to put things. Typical. My area, it's a mess. So I'm going to have to do some tidying up afterwards. But yeah, so I've caked the yarn. I'm ready to go. I'm going to make the size XL. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Now, I will say, I think the XL might be the largest size, or it might be next to the largest size, something like that. I still need to go through the pattern and take a look at it and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I'm so glad that I made a gauge swatch, because I feel like that's really gonna save my butt. That's for sure. So yes, if you all have not caught up on all my Vlogtober videos, definitely feel free to do so and share with your friends and let them know. I appreciate you all so much for supporting me through this month. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I've just enjoyed having you all along. So, thanks for watching. And check out my YouTube community tab, because I ask fun questions there and I love reading you all's responses. I really, really do. And yeah, I got to get back into making like non-vlogging videos. But anyway, I will talk to you wonderful, beautiful people in the next video. Bye now.